Obsessed much? I'm Michelle Halterman. I've got my obsessions, and I know you've got yours. I'm going to talk to my friends about theirs. This is Obsessed Much? Welcome back, everyone, to Obsessed Much. I'm Michelle Halterman. Today, my guest is Jenny Skiffington. Welcome, Jenny.
Thank you.
So I met Jenny last year when we were both stand-ins on The Dropout, which you can now watch on Hulu.
On Hulu, yeah.
And I was standing in for Amanda Seyfried, and you stood in for a couple different people, right?
I think just like any and all brunettes.
Yeah. Or even if they weren't, right?
Or just any and all everyone.
Yeah. But it was a really fun show to work on, and got to meet some great friends like yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I just love that you've been so supportive of me as well. So you've supported this idea of me doing a podcast.
Yes.
Even when
so
it was
excited.
even when it was just an idea. It was but a wee egg in my slowly dying ovaries.
Yes. Oh my gosh. No, I'm so happy you're doing this. So I'm excited to be here.
So I guess, for this episode, we're going to just go through your life, talk about things that you've been interested in over the years. Your obsessions, of course. First of all, Jenny Skiffington. What is your middle name?
Renee.
Ooh, Jenny Renee.
Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Oh, Jennifer Renee.
But I just like to, because I like to, I started that off with Casey as well, because I totally had forgotten Casey's middle. And these are just things I either don't ask my friends or just forget.
Yeah. No, Renee is my mom's name. So.
Oh, okay.
Jennifer Renee. Yeah. What's your middle name?
Deanne.
Deanne? I didn't know that.
Yeah. My brother's name is Dean.
Dean and Deanne.
And
okay, a little close.
I think my parents would argue with each other on how they came up with Deanne, because I heard that one is because of Dean and one is just some woman that they knew named Deanne.
Deanne. Oh,
I was like, well, of course, parents are always going to argue about where stuff came from.
Well, we've got a Jessie and a Jessica and a Jenny in my family, so.
Damn. Yeah. Those are your siblings?
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of JS initials, yeah.
There's Jenny, Jessica, Jessie.
And then Billy.
Yeah. He's the odd one out.
Yeah.
All right. So Jenny is an actress. She's a singer, songwriter, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
She is currently in a band called Dream Horse Highway, which you can check out on Spotify.
We have a music video out too.
Yeah. Music video out on YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dream Horse, two different words, right? Two separate words. Highway.
Dream Horse Highway.
And more music is in the works. I know you guys have been working on stuff.
Yeah, we're working on a 5-song EP, so that'll probably be out like later in the summer, maybe.
Awesome. Yeah. And we'll plug that for you again at the end, of course. And you're currently in grad school as well, right?
Yes, I'm studying speech therapy part-time. So
nice.
Yeah,
got a lot going
on.
Just like all my friends, I just don't think you're busy enough.
I know. I think I need to add like 5 more hobbies in, like, music, acting school, like maybe, I don't know what else. Yeah.
But Jenny's always been there to help me with my self-tapes. And what other adventures have we gone on?
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Self-tape adventures.
We
just went to the Mystic Fair.
We went to a Mystic Fair.
That was
to
really
support
fun.
Casey McDougal.
Yes, who was just on the podcast last week, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Last episode.
We've
got some readings.
Yes.
And
and some self-defense instruction. I know. I have a bruise too. I really do. It's crazy.
I don't know if you want to zoom in or, just figure that out. But we're both bruised up because the woman who ran the gift shop in Pasadena at where this fair took place, I won't say the name, but she was actually very sweet, very nice. Overheard a conversation that I will soon be moving to New York for a couple of months for a job. And my mother has her worries as she watches the news and is freaking out over nothing probably, but
riding the subway.
Yeah.
Night.
Now I used to live in New York and I live in Hollywood, and I know how to take, I know how to watch out for my surroundings, but this lady was like, wait, what's that? Oh, I know self-defense and I can teach you some stuff. And she knew martial arts. And so she basically one move she taught us is to
the cat
hold your
paw.
cat
It was
paw,
like
your fingers like
instead
this.
of punching like a fist, it was like a...
And she goes, let me demonstrate on you guys. So she goes, I can either hit you like this. I can either hit you like this. So it was like with your palm of your hand, open hand, fist, or cat paw. And the cat paw really hurt
It
so
really
much.
hurt.
After she did, I was like, I'm a bruise. That's gonna leave a mark.
But I was like, okay, that's clearly effective. I never heard that before.
Yeah.
But yeah, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Leaving
Good to know
bruises.
we're just some weaklings over here, some pale people that just bruise so easily.
Self-defense and crystals.
Exactly. It was quite the Sunday. All right, Jenny. So growing up, you grew up in Portland, right?
Well, sort of. So my family is all from the Portland area, like my extended family, but my immediate family, we lived up north of Seattle, like the San Juan Islands, but I've spent a lot of time in Portland.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And you grew up with a couple of siblings, right?
Yeah, 3 older siblings.
Okay, so you're the
Tiny
baby.
town. Like literally my high school graduating class was like 36 kids.
That's insane.
Yeah, public school.
Okay, cool. And so also your dad is a pastor.
Yes, yeah.
So a big part of your life growing up was going to church all the time, being involved in some Christian music.
Oh my
that right?
goodness. Yes. I mean, church was a huge part of my life. Like Wednesdays, Sundays, I was on like the music team. My dad always played guitar. And I wasn't really allowed to listen to music that wasn't Christian until about high school.
Okay.
So for the longest time, it was just like all these like Christian artists, and except for maybe the Beatles. I think the Beatles did sneak in there because my dad was a huge fan. And we used to watch like the movies like Help and all the Beatles movies. But mostly it was Christian music till high school.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so what do you remember about that time? Like, is that where this whole Creation Fest came from?
Oh,
that you talked about?
my goodness. Yeah, we used to go to this like music festival. You know how like Warped Tour would go on tour to like cool places? There's this place called The Gorge in Washington. Amazing venue. But it was a 3-day music festival with just Christian bands. So it'd be like Warped Tour would come in and then like the Christian festival would come in, and it's like so goofy. But I think Switchfoot was there one year.
Nice.
So they were like legit. But
I was telling Jenny in the car that's the only Christian music I was probably ever aware of.
Yeah.
But like they became huge after A Walk to Remember.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Which I was obsessed with that movie because
Now you're talking.
she is a pastor's daughter,
Exactly.
singer, like drama nerd, and
Yep.
there's all the Switchfoot music. Loved it. Yeah.
Yep.
I was like, that's me. Minus
I-
the whole like getting sick part. But yeah.
I love that movie so much. Were you crushing on Shane West like I was?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yes.
Totally.
I was like, can he like come to my high school? Yeah.
The bad boy turned good.
Yes. Definitely a fantasy.
So growing up, you played instruments growing up, or you just sang, or you were in the choir?
Oh, I attempted to play the clarinet, and it was so bad. Like I was so bad at it that my family requested to my music teacher, like, can she please play like anything else? Because I was just like squeaking and squawking around the house.
Yeah.
So I switched to the flute for a little
Oh,
while.
I played the flute as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The open hole flute. So yeah, wind section, but mostly guitar and singing. Like I started singing at church when I was like 5 or something. I remember like my first solo special was this song at Christmas, and it was something like, I'm going to wrap up myself for Christmas. It was crazy.
Something a 5-year-old should not be singing?
No, I know. Tie me with a big red bow. It's crazy.
Yeah. That's cute. That's cute.
Yeah. But you know.
I was given, I think, the only solo during my kindergarten Montessori graduation.
Oh, you got
and
the solo, the only solo?
I don't know how this happened.
What
I was
the solo?
I was a very shy kid. So like, Tomorrow from Annie. Now here's the kicker. Okay. I had a speech impediment.
No.
So do you think I said tomorrow?
Oh.
No, I said tomorrow.
Does this one come out tomorrow? That's adorable though.
But
Is this on video? Is this like findable?
perhaps somewhere, perhaps.
Can we link this to the episode?
Yeah,
Yes.
that'd be great.
Tomorrow. Oh my goodness.
But I think like either number one, well, no, in general, they knew of my speech impediment. So why did they give me that song?
With all the R's.
They probably were like, this is adorable. So let's give it to the girl who can't say the word properly.
The cute girl that's going to sing tomorrow. Oh my gosh.
But isn't that kind of cruel?
But also adorable. And I think I need to see this.
And I did make the local paper of some sort.
No.
Oh, yeah. That was like, now looking back on it, maybe that was the first like glimpse into like oh, I like how this feels. You know, like
your performance.
Oh, I like the attention on this.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
The local paper.
Musical theater superstar. The paper. Yeah.
Okay. So you're singing.
Yeah.
You are not allowed to listen to like mainstream pop so much until high school.
Kind of had to sneak it, yeah. Like I remember going to a friend's house down the street to listen to like the Britney Spears album that came out in like 1998, and I was like, oh, I'm not doing anything. Yeah.
And also you just have a big love of like old movies and old movie stars. Why don't you talk about some of that?
Yeah. So I think a lot of that came from my dad. I was one of those kids who used to get strep throat like every year. I was like always sick.
Me too.
But whenever I was sick, my dad would be like, "Oh, I'll totally stay home," and then we would just watch old movies like all day, and he loves them. So I think I got a lot of that from him. And I just became like obsessed with them. I loved like the pacing and the music, and they're so melodramatic, and like the way that they talk and like their transatlantic accents. And
yeah,
it's so fun.
Why don't you list a couple of your favorites?
Well, Audrey Hepburn was like this huge obsession of mine, especially even into high school. I was just like anything with her. I think I've seen every single movie she's been in, including the very last one, which is called Always, and she plays like this angel, and it came out in like 1989 or something. Oh. But Audrey Hepburn for sure. I love all the old Alfred Hitchcocks. I think I've seen all of his. Jimmy Stewart, Cary Grant. Like, I also had this weird thing as a kid where I would associate certain actors with like people I knew, like my siblings or my grandpa. I think there was a time period where I thought that Bing Crosby was my granddad because they kind of looked alike or something. And when you're little, you don't really know the difference. Yeah.
You're like, what are you doing? Like, what are you up to on the weekends when I don't?
Wait, but if Bing Crosby was my granddad, I think my life would be a lot different. But yeah.
Maybe. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And how often would you watch just outside of the times that you were sick? Like, would you watch a movie every day, or just like, were you allowed to watch movies or TV all the? You weren't allowed to watch.
We mostly watched movies because we did not have cable.
Okay.
We didn't really watch TV, so it was just like this VHS collection that we had. VHS, so we just go down, and we used to play this game where can you guess which movie it is based on the trailers on the VHS?
Oh, okay.
Because we only had like our library.
Yeah. Do your parents still have that library, the VHS?
I think they do. I'll have to ask them. Yeah. There's a huge collection, so maybe they'll come back someday. VHSs.
Oh yeah, trust me. I was just telling Casey about like how I used to record. Well, both of us used to record like music appearances by like our favorite pop people.
Yes, yeah.
And then I had like every X-Files episode on VHS.
Oh yeah. Wait, did you buy them for VHS or did you like record them off of TV?
Yeah.
Yes. So my aunt had Disney Channel and we did not. So she would send us these like Disney Channel recorded. Like we had it from Disney Channel, like the Pinocchio movie, but there's like old commercials in between and everything.
Did you ever watch Mickey Mouse Club?
No. Never. Yeah.
Yeah, I missed out on that because we didn't have Disney. But then there was like a time when I got older and was like obsessed with NSYNC and JC that like.
Oh yeah, because wasn't everyone in it? It was like Justin Timberlake,
and JC, Brittany, Christina,
and wasn't Ryan Gosling?
Yeah. And Carrie Russell.
Yeah, Carrie Russell.
Yeah.
What?
So there was a time where you were able to like it came back around that you could like they were replaying the episodes, so and that's when I was like, Mom, now we're getting Disney. Like even if we have to get like a separate cable box, and I was like, I will be recording like all that stuff. So you love the old movies, you love the old movie stars.
And I like also went through this weird phase where I was obsessed with watching even like the worst made for TV versions of them, but like the Elizabeth Taylor story the Natalie Wood story or whatever kind of biopics. And that was for like musicians and classical movie actors, just like biopics, obsessed. And some of them are so bad.
Which of the actresses do you think you like?
The most?
Or like maybe try to imitate or take something from, like try to replicate? Because I could tell you some actresses that I've...
Well, I mean, I guess the top three of my favorite classics would be Audrey Hepburn, Natalie Wood, and Elizabeth Taylor.
Gotcha.
All for kind of different reasons, but those are like my top three. Yeah. Why who are you top?
Well, I don't know. It's like when you watch back yourself in like a scene or something, and you might see like, oh, I think I'm trying to be like this actress or this.
Oh, like subconsciously you're channeling them because you've seen them so many times.
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah.
For me, it was Katie Holmes from Dawson's Creek.
Yes. Oh, I could see that about you for sure. Yeah.
And also Elaine Bennis from Seinfeld, Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Yes.
Like when it comes to comedy, like she will forever be like, yeah, because I just grew up
like in there.
And luckily my parents were different where not only did they let us watch TV, but like they let us watch crazy stuff that we probably shouldn't have been watching at the time.
Amazing.
Yeah, you can watch 90210, Melrose Place, Seinfeld, like.
Yes, the 90s. Yeah.
But they would bring it up every once in a while. They'd be like to each other, like, should we maybe not let them be watching? It's fine.
Whatever.
There already was. Yeah.
X-Files is kind of spooky too for like, yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, trust me, I was scared of that theme song for a while before I got into it.
Yeah.
I was scared of that stuff. I was scared of aliens, all that. But not to make it all about me, but just real quickly, the only reason I got into it was because they were airing an episode after the Super Bowl one year. And I just stuck around after the Super Bowl and watched it.
Yeah.
And
then it just clicked. You were like,
hooked.
This is it. Like everything.
It was everything. So at what point did your obsession with Christian Bale, the one and only Christian Bale, start?
So embarrassing. It must have been somewhere around like my middle school years. I do remember there was this movie called Empire of the Sun, and this is kind of when
his first movie,
I was like realizing that like kids were actors as like a job. Because that was the one thing in my household. Sometimes we would watch like epic historical war dramas, and I would see them as like a 7 or 8 year old, but those were okay. Anyways, there's this one, Empire of the Sun, and he's like so young in it and so talented. And I just remember thinking like, oh my gosh, he's like a kid like me, and he's like doing this thing. He's in this Spielberg movie. So there was kind of that, but it really hit me. There was this musical movie called Newsies. Mm-hmm. And when everyone else was into like NSYNC and Justin Timberlake and everybody, I would just watch this movie over and over. My best friend, Molly Olson, and I would like in the basement of my parents' house, we would take the VHS and like freeze it, like rewind, pause, and learn the choreography from the dances and then videotape ourselves like doing the choreography. We had like all the first 20 minutes of the movie like memorized, and we would just go into like this whole performance. It was ridiculous. But I would say it started around there somewhere. And then just got kind of crazy.
Was considered a failure, right? A flop?
I think it was kind of a flop.
And then all of a sudden became a Broadway musical?
Yeah.
And it just had a resurgence.
They just kind of like tweaked some of the characters and stuff. But I loved the movie, but mostly because of him. I was obsessed.
Yeah.
And then I just could not stop watching movies that he was in. The first movie I remember ever seeing in movie theater was Little Women, the version that he's in with like Winona Ryder. So he's just kind of like stuck in there. And to the point that, oh my gosh, my friend Molly and I, we used to on his birthday, like watch his movies and like make a cake. It's so embarrassing.
I love it.
The nerdiest.
This is exactly what
teen
I want to hear.
Thing. And I also remember when Batman was coming out, I was kind of bummed because I was like, he's like my obsession and now everyone's going to know who he is.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So
you can't have him all to yourself anymore.
I was like, I thought he was this kind of like low-key obscure-ish actor, but yeah.
Okay, so the first time I recall seeing him was in American Psycho.
Oh, wow.
And my brother is obsessed with that movie, probably his favorite movie of all time.
He's so good in that movie.
But I'm, kind of over my brother's shoulder, half watching this, half
like,
not,
what is
being
this
like,
movie? Like,
first of all, scary as hell. Why is this your favorite movie?
This guy is insane. Yeah.
And so it took me a while to not see that in him. Like, I
could see if that was your introduction to him and not this cute musical theater actor. Yeah.
A little bit different.
Very different.
But I was, reading some of his wiki.
Oh, yeah.
And because he started so young, I think like his sister first got involved in acting of some kind.
I think I remember reading
and
that.
then they told him he should. And he basically was just like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like, I don't see any reason not to.
Right.
And then he had no training.
Happens. I know. How does
And
this
he
happen?
also like did not need a dialect coach for, I believe, Empire of the Sun.
Yeah.
Like at that, yeah.
That's insane.
No training,
He's just like, oh, I'm just a natural.
I'm just able to do
like
everything.
10 years old.
Every
like, what?
accent.
How?
Yeah.
What is the secret?
Also, fun fact, which I just shared with you, but both of his grandfathers did cool things. So one grandfather was a comedian.
Okay.
The other grandfather was a stand-in / photo double for John Wayne.
See, you never know. Maybe our grandchildren will become famous actors.
You know, if those eggs don't die off, yeah, maybe. Maybe they will.
That's so crazy, though. I never knew that. And I know a lot of trivia about him. I never knew that about the grandparents. That's so interesting.
So is it safe to say he's your favorite Batman?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
I know, like, I got to go back to my old school Michael Keaton
Michael
days.
Keaton, yeah. I feel like, there's like something fun about the Michael Keaton ones. It's a little more like fantasy cartoon world or something.
Yeah, I don't know if I could ever get in with like the dark.
Like the dark.
But I do have
night.
to rewatch. I need to rewatch the whole
Yeah.
thing.
I could definitely rewatch those. We could do a Christian Bale marathon and just watch all the Batmans.
Oh, I bet you'd like that, wouldn't you?
And then X-Files.
Yeah, of course. So what about Harry Potter?
Okay, so this was another kind of, it's kind of not allowed, which makes me want to like explore it even more, right? Because I was raised in like a pretty conservative home, they weren't sure about the like witch and wizardry. So when I first started reading Harry Potter, there was this little lip between the carpet of my doorway in my bedroom, and I would hide like articles about Harry Potter and books and stuff under there. And I had a weird crush on Daniel Radcliffe at the time too, which I don't know what that was about. I don't quite understand that looking back, but it was definitely a thing. Yeah.
I love that. Besides Daniel and Christian, are there any other crushes you remember? Like early on crushes?
I mean, I was kind of loyal to the crazy Christian Bale crush as far as actors went.
I'd tell you some of mine.
I did have like a weird thing for Kurt Russell, even though he's not in the same age demographic as me. Yeah. I mean, I don't know, neither is Christian Bale, but you know.
Overboard, one of my favorite movies.
Overboard. Of all time, Holy cow. Yeah, there's this old Disney movie, because we watched a lot of the 60s Disney movies, like the original Parent Trap and stuff like that with Haley Mills, and he was in this movie around that time called Follow Me Boys, and he's like maybe 13, 14, and I thought he was so cute, and he's kind of like the troubled youth in it.
Kurt Russell?
Kurt Russell, yeah, baby Kurt Russell.
I didn't know he was acting that young either.
Oh my gosh, he was a Disney kid. He was like, old school Disney kid, all those Disney movies, yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
I could share with you a couple of my very early
Yes, I want to know. Who?
So early, in fact, that this look, I would say this type, I don't go for anymore. And this type back in the day,
you passed it, yeah.
was the blonde surfer type.
Okay.
Had to be blonde maybe even type. Like long hair, maybe.
Yeah. Like
so,
who?
I loved Andrew McCarthy.
Yes.
I loved Weekend at Bernie's.
Yes. Okay.
Love. I loved Alex Winter, who was Bill in Bill and Ted.
Yeah, okay, I could see. That's kind of the Andrew McCarthy. I could see both of them fitting in the same.
And then this very obscure one crush. This movie called House Arrest. And Jennifer Love Hewitt was in it, and just a bunch of kids were in it. I believe came out around like 96 maybe, but there was this character named Matt Finley. The actor, his name is Mookie Arizona.
Mookie Arizona? I have never heard of
And literally
Mookie
he was
Arizona.
in that movie and one other thing, and then just stopped acting.
Just stopped acting.
Mookie, if you're out there, shout out to you. I don't know where you are, what you're up to. I can't find anything.
Yeah, Michelle is here.
But I watched House Arrest so many times.
You know who's like in that same time period that I think I actually had a little crush on was Ethan Embry. Do you remember him?
Oh, yeah.
I thought he was adorable. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't Hardly Wait. And, yeah, That Thing You Do.
And what is he doing now?
I don't know. Where's Ethan?
Ethan, where are you at?
Where are you at, Ethan?
You want to tell your story about Detention?
Oh my goodness. So, all right. Yeah, I think this goes into like my whole like with Harry Potter and stuff. I loved fantasy, and I was always so I would just like believe in anything, like storytelling,
gullible.
Like, so gullible, especially when it came to fantasy. So in second grade, the only time I ever got detention in any like elementary school, high school, anytime ever, I was in second grade, and it was the month of March, and they kept like building up these like little green sparkly footprints and clues, and they're like, oh, the leprechauns have been coming in at night and like leaving these clues like leading up to St. Patrick's Day, right? And I was like, oh my goodness, they're real. The leprechauns are real, and like I want to find them and like talk to them, and I think I know based on these clues like where they might live. So I got like 4 other friends to like follow me, like this little gang, this little crew. And during recess or something, I was determined. I was like, okay, they must live under the school. Like I think under our classroom. So we took this grate off of the building and crawled under the building. And I think because they thought it was unsafe or something, we all got in trouble, and I got detention because I was like leading this group, and it was so embarrassing. But I feel like they told us they were real. Like, I don't know what they expect. I don't know.
You know, if nothing else, at least you know you could be a good leader.
Yeah.
If you ever feel like starting a cult
and
or
then
anything.
People will follow me to find the leprechauns. So yeah, there
or
you go.
Find the truth about life.
Exactly.
And death. And
I'll take them under the elementary school building.
And what? I'm stealing certain questions from other interviews I've seen at this point. Do you have any advice you would give your younger self? If you could?
Advice to give my younger self would be, I guess, just to like not sweat the small stuff, and you know that life is going to surprise you. So just kind of enjoy the ride and stop stressing about it. You know, just like take opportunities when they come. Like say yes to things.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you? What's your advice to your younger self?
Same thing. Oh, God. Yeah. Basically general same idea. Just keep doing things that make you happy.
Yes.
Don't worry what other people say about it. And also don't go to college.
Oh, yes.
Just a personal note for myself. Hey,
I dropped out of college.
You did? I was just going to ask you about your college experience. Okay, so what was your college experience?
So I was going to school for theater, and about 2 years in is going to be when I would have to start taking out loans or going into some debt. And I loved acting. I knew that. I had just done Streetcar Named Desire in like college and played Stella, and I was like, this is it. I love this. And I was also taking a film acting class at the time, and this is in the Portland area. And actually I feel like this guy gave me great advice. He was like, don't get a theater degree. Don't go into debt. Don't go into debt for a theater degree. If you're going to do it for free or your parents are paying or something different. But he was like, don't go into debt for it, and get to LA as soon as possible because it's a time game. And when you're young, there's more opportunities. So just go there. So I dropped out and moved to LA when I was 20.
Okay.
Yeah. But I don't regret it. Like,
okay, good.
I don't think he was wrong, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you then have to, for the schooling that you're in now, did you then have to take any more credits before that, or?
Yes. So I had to jump back in, and I've been finishing online. But now that I'm interested in something more specific, I feel better about it. Rather than just getting like kind of a generic theater degree and then showing up here 22 with like tons of debt and stuff. Right. So yeah.
And what college were you going to back in the day?
So I went to Northwest University in Kirkland, Washington, which was like a Christian college. And I only lasted like a year there. And then I went to Clark College in the Portland area.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you've been in LA since you.
Yeah, since like 2009. Yeah.
That was a year before I came. I came in 2010. Yeah.
Nice. And then you finished college. You were good. You stayed in school. Yeah.
Yeah. Parents said, we cannot afford this, take out loans, but also you need to have a degree in something. Doesn't matter what, just get a degree.
A degree. And yours was in music, right?
Music industry, yeah. So, I'll come on the road with you guys. Dream Horse Highway.
Yes.
I'll help you out.
we need our road tour manager.
Yeah. I mean, I don't remember much. In fact, I was just telling my mom yesterday, like, now that I'm trying to learn how to podcast by myself, I'm trying to learn software and like, wow, if I could go back, I would have just stuck with like maybe like communications, audio recording, all that stuff,
like production. Yeah.
Learn more behind the scenes stuff. But
totally.
I was all over the place because I did start wanting to major in theater, and I was at one college in New Jersey.
Oh.
I was at Drew University for a year and a half, and I was on the track to do theater.
Yeah. Which makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. But it was like an overall liberal arts program. It was like you had to do like the wood shop class and the costume and the writing and the directing,
like do all of it, stage managing, and
if that's what you want to learn, great. It was a great theater, a great program.
Yeah,
I wasn't feeling it.
Yeah,
and I was like,
and you love music too. That's another like thing you're really passionate about. Yeah,
it is. Yeah. When I discovered that there was even a major of music industry and I was like looking into it, I was like, this sounds cool. And I just looked at what colleges had it at the time. There's so many more colleges that have it by now, even USC. I just met a girl the other day who's doing music industry at USC.
At USC? Oh, I didn't know they had that.
I mean, it's just like, I'm sure it's grown since I was in college all those hundreds of years ago.
Hundreds of years ago. Oh my goodness.
And I like loved my professors. I didn't so much like learning music history or theory or economics or accounting. But I like the electives. I
love music history. Music history is cool. But the electives where was that? Yeah.
Yeah. And it was fun. It was easy. It was, yeah. But just got that degree and then was like,
you're like,
I don't want to do this now.
LA, here I come.
Yeah. Well, New York first.
Oh yeah, New York. Yeah. You started in New York, and then what brought you out here?
I had a friend in New York who wanted to come out here to give it a shot. Kyle. Hello, Kyle. Shout out to you.
Kyle.
And so it made it easier because we came out here together. And
nice. Yeah. What do you like better, LA or New York? You're about to move to New York. She's like,
let me get back to you.
I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. No. The thing is, I only spent 2.5 years in New York. I did a lot of theater, very, very off Broadway.
Broadway.
And I was just, getting my first experiences. But I wanted to do more TV, film, commercials, all that. And I've been out here 11 years, so it's like, yeah, there's things I'm very frustrated about out here, but something always keeps me here.
Yeah.
So
11 years around the same time. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And I got into obviously the background and the standing in, and I've met like some of my best friends, and it's so much better than waitressing. So.
Yeah. No, being on set and meeting people is great. Yeah.
All right, Jenny. Another random question for you.
Random question. Oh, I'm scared.
If heaven exists, which movie or scene in a movie would you want to reenact whenever you have the chance?
Oh my goodness. If heaven exists, what movie? Like full movie or scene from a movie?
Either.
Oh my goodness.
This is so dumb of a question. It's just like, because to me.
Do you know your answer like right off the top of your head?
Well, I would just obviously like anyone could probably guess, but I would just like reenact like Mulder and Scully and Joey and Pacey scenes.
I was like X-Files all day.
I would just like be in the X-Files, like, what episode we doing today, guys?
If heaven exists, oh my goodness. So let me think about this. I mean, it might have to be
Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Breakfast at Tiffany's is like right on. Yeah, maybe the end scene of Breakfast at Tiffany's where she realizes that Paul is her person and she gets the cat and everything like that. Or maybe North by Northwest, just because it's like a really fun adventure. Yeah. But yeah, Breakfast at Tiffany's. Yeah. The end scene. Takes a while for them to get there. Yeah. I haven't seen it. Oh, sorry to spoil it.
No. Look, I feel so bad because like both you and Casey love Audrey Hepburn and like, God, I'm kicking myself for still not having. I'm gonna get on it. All right, I'm gonna get on it.
Roman Holiday is a good one too.
Okay. Now, what's your favorite podcast besides this?
Oh my goodness. I am so bad because I know podcasts are like the thing these days.
No,
but
the one you were telling me about, the guy.
Yeah, that's maybe the only one because, Steven has been listening to it. It's called Dead Eyes, and it's actually really fun because it's an actor, and he's talking about his experience auditioning for Band of Brothers. And I guess Tom Hanks said in the audition that, that guy has dead eyes. Like, we're not casting him. So he could not let it go. So he has this whole podcast, and it's really fun because all the episodes are stuff that like we would do, like weird commercials he's done, his weird like acting journey of just the kind of strange gigs you get along the way. And then it's been kind of leading up to, I think Tom Hanks is going to go on the show. So
nice.
Yeah, but that's pretty much the only one I'm listening to. Yeah. And yours, of course.
Well, thank you.
Obsessed.
No, I really brought it up because I wanted you to talk about Dead Eyes because it just, I'm going to get into that.
You should check it out.
Sounds good. I wanted people to know about it.
Yes.
All right. So growing up,
what
kind of things would you ask for Christmas or your birthday, or what was that whole, any specific toys or like things that
I think
you
it
were
was
into?
Always singing related.
Okay.
Like I remember getting this American Idol karaoke machine game. And even when I was younger, remember in Home Alone how we had the like thing
Talk Boy?
The Talk Boy. Anything where I could record my voice and like record singing or songs, like always was the thing.
Oh, you just brought back a memory for me.
Yeah.
So so I had some kind of microphone set up where it was like in a microphone stand, and you hit the stand with your foot.
Yeah.
And then like, let's say you like turn off the lights in your room.
Okay.
And then there was like lights everywhere from the stand.
Oh my god.
So you just felt like you were performing like your own concert in your room for whoever,
You're just like, the spotlights are on you.
It
and
was
like,
so
what? That
cool.
sounds so cool. I would have loved that.
If anyone knows the name of that, or if like that's still a thing, like
I have never heard
leave
of
a
that.
comment.
I would have loved that. If we were friends when we were kids, I would have come over and like played with that. Yeah.
Like I hadn't thought about that until just now.
What?
And at that time, I was into Green Day.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was definitely putting on some Green Day concerts for me, myself, and I. Yeah.
Just that
myself.
sounds amazing.
And then when I got older and I was like, oh yeah, no, now I'm going to be a musician. And I thought I could be a singer now I know I can't. I had my mom buy a microphone and an amp, a guitar amp. Because I had an electric guitar, classical, whatever, and then an amp. And I would just sing into the amp so that,
Yeah.
And I wouldn't let like any of my family members like listen to me, like because I was like, I'm not ready yet. Like I'm not
perfecting.
Yeah.
Your practice mode. Wait, I've never heard you sing, but now I feel like there is a secret singer inside of you. Like hearing all these stories about the solo and all these toys you had.
Every once in a while, like I'll just like come up with a weird like melody or tune, and I'll like record it into my phone and I'll listen it back. I'm like, look, I'm not a good singer, but I'm not like the worst, like but I'm not trying to be at any point.
Yeah.
And also I have this very soft voice, soft. Like I feel like your talking voice is soft, right? Mm-hmm. But when you sing, you are so like loud and it's like awesome. And I'm just not like, I'm like, if anything, it's the opposite. It's like, okay, my voice, whatever. Yeah. But then I sing and it's like, I can't be loud.
What? So, but you can learn this stuff. I can show you how to be loud.
You might have to show me.
Totally teach you. Yeah.
Because when I go to do karaoke, I tell people it's not me singing, it's me screaming. So that they can hear me. But it's not singing.
Do the like diaphragm. I know. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I've never been to karaoke with you. I want to go to karaoke with you.
We should do it.
That would be fun.
You love the Killers. Snow Patrol.
Love the Killers. Brandon Flowers' voice is like... So I discovered the Killers because my friend Molly, the one that was obsessed with Newsies and Christian Bale with me, we were like such like nerds together in high school, and she made me for my 16th birthday. She burned me a CD when you used to burn CDs and playlists and stuff of all songs that were either Jenny or Jennifer. Just for fun for my birthday. So that's how I discovered them, because Jenny was a friend of mine, was on there, and I was like, who is this band? Like
Hunter S. Thompson.
Oh.
So it's believed that it comes from the quote, "America is raising a generation of dancers afraid to take one step out of line."
Oh.
Even though he says dancer, singular.
Ooh, deep.
That's believed words.
Is that the guy who did Fear and Loathing in Las
Yeah.
Vegas? Yeah. But yeah, I love them. I think they're playing in Las Vegas like in a couple weeks. I was like thinking about going out there.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You should. Which decade would you live in if you could go back?
Oh my gosh. I am obsessed with the mid to late 60s.
Yeah.
Like I would have loved to go to Woodstock and be a part of like the whole scene. Like I would love it.
Yeah, I would do like 60s into 70s.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Like late 60s into the early 70s.
Yeah. Do you like Mad Men?
You know, I need to watch it. I'm so
Okay.
bad at watching TV. I'm sure I would love it because it takes place in that time, right?
Yeah. But it's like a weird show.
Yeah. I love watching music documentaries that talk about that time. Like there's this one called Who is Harry Nilsson and Why is Everybody Talking About Him? And it's so, so good. I just watched this one about the Bee Gees. I think I've watched Get Back, the Beatles one, like 5 times.
Oh, wow.
It's also like 4 hours long. Like it's crazy.
And you've watched it 5 times?
Yeah, it's so bad. I kind of just put it on in the background, but it's kind of nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, also, you and your roommates have been
Yes.
known to throw some epic parties
Yes.
for, I don't know, Halloween or
Yeah.
what have you, birthdays, whatever. So do you throw theme parties, or have you been known to, or?
We have. It sort of just happened like so we're in the second house, Verdugo house number 2. The first house had a huge backyard, even bigger than the one we have now maybe. And there was a couple years I wrote a play and we took it to the Edinburgh Fringe Festival. So we hosted like a full-on concert fundraiser in our backyard.
Oh, wow.
One of the guys, his band name was Bale, and he worked for Center Staging. So he brought like one of those really legit concert stages. And I used to have a door from my room at that house that exited my bedroom onto the stage.
Oh.
So a little green room in my bedroom. We had all these people there. We booked like 2 bands from Portland area came down. My band played. That was the first time we played. That's how our band got together was, hey, let's like do some covers. And then we're like, we like playing together. Let's start writing. And then the band Bales. And so that was one of the biggest events we threw, I think. And then Halloween parties for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some good times.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of stuff that you've written, or do you want to talk about any of the projects that you are currently working on? I know that one is in the works, right? You're editing.
Yeah.
Anything that you might want to talk about?
I've written a little bit. Speaking of the late 60s, the play that I wrote that we took to Ed Fringe was a play with original music. I collaborated with a couple different people. My dad, I used a song that my dad wrote, collaborated with Richie Olson, who's in Dream Horse Highway now, my friend Ayanna Codwell. So it was really fun. There's probably about 6 original songs in it. And it took place in like the Greenwich Village coffee house music scene in the mid 60s. So that was a lot of fun. And we took that to Ed Fringe in 2019, right before the pandemic. And then this last summer, I wrote and directed a short film that we are still editing, which will hopefully be out in like the next month or 2.
Oh, nice.
And then we'll probably throw some fun party at the house and premiere a bunch of stuff. Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to miss it.
I know. I'm going to miss you.
Oh, man. I'll be back.
Yes.
I'll be back before you know it.
Don't stay in New York forever.
Unless
yeah.
I love it.
You're like, I love it too much. Yeah.
God. So what was I going to say about? All right. Well, cool.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for. Did you want to talk about anything else?
No, I think that's
Did we
many
go through
things.
all your
like all the
obsessions?
actor obsessions, the late 60s obsession, music. Yeah, I think we covered a lot. Even the leprechauns. Yeah.
Even the leprechaun. Where is the most favorite place that you've been to, like you've traveled to, both U.S. and international?
Ooh. Well, okay. I've been to, so my brother is in the Foreign Service currently, so he gets to travel to some cool places. He's living in a country called Oman right now, in a city called Muscat, which I will visit. But I have been to Uganda to visit him. But my favorite place I've been to, Edinburgh is amazing. London's amazing. but I would have to say Liverpool. It was just like a dream to go there because I love the Beatles so much. And it just had this, I don't know, you ever go to a place and you're like, I think I'm like meant to be here. This is like my like soul city. There was something about Liverpool where I was just like, I'm so happy here. So I would have to be Liverpool.
Nice. How about within like the country that you've
within the United States?
Yeah. Or like a fun vacation spot or
love Nashville.
Oh yeah.
Yes. You love Nashville.
Oh yeah.
Yes. And one of my good friends lives there now, so I definitely want to go visit. We should do a trip. But Nashville, Portland, definitely LA. But yeah, Nashville for sure.
And you like hiking, you like Joshua Tree, right? All that stuff.
Oh, well, yeah. Within LA, yeah, Joshua Tree is my spot. I will go there like once every 6 months. Yes.
Cool.
Little reset.
Turns out I'm a Palm Springs girl.
Yes, you love like to hang by the pool.
Yeah.
I'm kind of into like the desert camping thing. Yeah.
What place do you want to go next? Like what's on top of your list?
Well, Oman. I definitely want to visit my brother. And then I would love to see more of Europe too, like Paris. My roommate is in Paris right now. He was texting me. He's like, I'm in Paris and it's late and I'm hungry. I'm like, I'm sure there's amazing food. And he's like, I just went to a mall and got some chicken at a food court. I was like, you're in Paris.
Oh no.
Oh, yeah. But yeah.
I wonder what their hours are like if they have like New York hours.
I think they might. I have a feeling. I've never been.
That's what I hate about LA is like you can't get food past like 9 p.m.
Right? Yeah. What about you? Where do you want to visit next?
Amsterdam.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Amsterdam.
And that's like what you were saying. Well, like when you were in Liverpool and you felt like that was like I'll see pictures and video of Amsterdam and I'll just feel like very emotional.
This
be like,
is my home.
I need to. But of course, I did feel like that about New York when I lived there. I was like, I like love it so much. I was like, this feels like home.
Yeah.
And then it was just like I've been out here so long that I guess it's like I don't know if I can say like LA is like feels like home or it's just because of the length of time I've been here.
It's like is it just the familiarity of the amount of time? I feel that way too. Sometimes I'm like, am I going to live in LA forever?
Yeah.
Or would I live in New York or London or somewhere like that?
I would for sure go to Nashville though if like we could do what we do there.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
And you could be a musician for sure, but
there's so many musicians. Yes.
The acting thing is
totally
different. Yeah.
But New York, I'm excited for your New York adventure. And
oh yeah, you're gonna come chill in the Hamptons with me, right?
Yes. Yes.
All right, come out.
Birthday in the Hamptons.
Birthday in the Hamptons.
This is fun.
Okay, good. Well, we'll have you back again, and look out for Jenny, man. She's doing some big stuff. She's in Dream Horse Highway, her band. She's gonna. I was gonna ask you. So this film that's coming out soon, is it gonna go to festivals? You think? Or
yeah, that's our plan. It's a short, and it's sci-fi adventure, so we'll probably be submitting it to like specific festivals for that.
Awesome.
And that's the plan. Yeah.
All right. Anything else you want to promote? Do you have a website? Do you have a?
Oh, I should have a website, but yeah, Dream Horse Highway. Check it out on Spotify.
What's your Instagram?
Oh, my Instagram. It's Jennifer Skiffington. Yeah.
At Jennifer
Skiffington. You can follow me. I post all kinds of exciting things.
Yeah.
I do not post that much. But yes, follow me anyway.
We'll put all your links here. And thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Love that I got you in before my little trip here.
Trip to New York, yes.
Thank you so much to Paul Antonio once again for helping us record here at Flashback Studio on Melrose.
Yes.
Thank you guys so much for listening and watching, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.